Kurev, thank you for finding the time to speak to me from Japan at your boot camp. I guess I'll start with how is your preparation going and how are things in Japan right now?
No, everything's very good. Like we are set up currently at the bootcamp of Crazy Raccoon. We got the invitation as like very high quality, everything. Like the staff is really well. Plus the staff at Liquid is like handling us pretty well. Like you don't have any issues. We're going out in Japan, doing some, buying stuff and having fun. You know too. But yeah, we have started practicing, I think, yesterday in the scrims, and everything's kind of decent. So yeah, I think it's like gonna be in like 6 days. We're gonna start playing, and we feel quite prepared. Not gonna lie.
Obviously, one of the things that we hear about scrims all the time is that they're low quality. People are all on different ping. People aren't playing as seriously as they might do. Does that change as people start to? Obviously, a lot of teams now are in either Korea or Japan boot camping. Everybody's moved over to the Japan servers, Japan time. Are people starting to play a bit more seriously? Does it feel like the tournament is getting close, or are scrims still
I
scrims?
mean, yeah, like I feel like everyone's starting to play. Like the lobbies are becoming a little bit more serious, but it's not until the point of like you don't feel like a LAN lobby yet. I think like when it's like 1 or 2 days closer to the tournament, it's gonna be like a higher quality, but I cannot really say. Probably like the first match that we're gonna have like a really high quality is gonna be like on group stage and LAN. That's it. I don't think so because everyone's so confident in scrims, like everyone's just doing shit that they wouldn't do on a LAN setting. So yeah, like it is what it is. We just gotta play whatever we have, no, right now.
Yeah, tournaments obviously are the only real judge of quality and how teams perform. And in the last official tournament that we had, Team Liquid played pretty well, right? You guys won the BLGS in the Americas region. What in that tournament, in that specific match point finals lobby, went so well for you? What are the things that you're hoping that you can repeat when we get to the ALGS Championship in a week's time?
So I feel like we established like the meta really well. Like we were the first ones doing like the stuff that now everyone's doing. So apart that we are the pioneers of the meta, we were like really playing with the synchronization of the teammates. Like we were playing really well together. We were winning every single fight. We were confident. So I think the main point of our performance is gonna be like how we reach the start of the tournament. So we'll start like well. We're gonna do pretty well at the finals, but yeah, that's the whole point. Like you gotta start doing well first. But I feel like the team is playing like quite well. Honestly, they're playing really good. They're doing like the best that they can. So I feel like we have a very good shot at winning champs this year.
How much confidence does it give you when you win the last tournament that you played in, obviously, especially to get that good start at LAN? There's obviously been a little bit of a gap. Do you take that confidence, or is it kind of a fresh start and a new tournament when you begin playing in a week's time?
I mean, yeah, of course, like we felt like really confident because winning like a tournament from 600 teams and being the one that ended first, like it's quite a job there. But we thought like, okay, BLGS is not that be like really high quality. They're gonna be teams from all around the world, like from all of Americas, not just North America. So there's gonna be teams with disadvantage. There's gonna be teams that usually aren't on finals lobby. So yeah, I think Japan is gonna be way harder because of everyone is like adapting to the meta real quick. So yeah, like we take the confidence from the last tournament, but of course, like we don't take things for granted, and we're gonna try and do well this one too.
One of the things that you talked about with the guys on the main broadcast after the match was your team sort of journey to working out your roles, finding out who was going to be best placed at IGL. I just wondered if you could explain a little bit about why you've kind of settled on the setup that you have for the three of you guys.
Yeah. So first, I came into the team as the new third, basically, and they picked me because I'm one of the best from South America and they speaks the Spanish language. So like they tried first with me IGLing, but after quite some time we see that we weren't performing. So I talked to the coach and said, okay, this is not going well. Maybe we can try the approach from me adapting to the already established duo instead of me trying to come and just change everything around, you know? So that's what that was one thing. And the second thing was like, I don't know the region quite well. So I don't know what was the playstyle for like the tournaments, like the finals of the tournaments and pretty much Scream Lobby, you know? So I think that was two of the main problems. That's why that's a why behind the decision of trying to swap out Jaguares to IGL. And the first couple of days, like it's been quite off. Like, but you can expect to be like a change from night to day, you know. Like it is, you gotta give it some time, you know. So after like 3 4 days, like we started like showing some very good results until I think it was BLGS 3. Like the first round, like we weren't doing well, and we qualified because of the last match, and that's when we knew, okay, we gotta play confident if we wanna won this tournament, you know. So we cannot be like trying to survive or anything like that. We just gotta roam everything, but you know. So yeah, after that change of mentality that we had in the team, it was like a night and day change, you know. It was so good. Like Jaguares was dealing really well. He was confident. He was like really chill in end games. He was making like really good decisions. So yeah, he were adapted quite well, honestly. Like one of the best transitions from Fragger support to straight IGL, you know. So I'm quite happy that we make that decision, you know.
One of the things you mentioned there was as kind of a different play style between what you'd experienced in South America and then obviously moving to play mainly against North American teams. Obviously, the BLGS was mixed.
Yeah,
When
for sure.
you're heading into LAN, how is that then facing against teams from different regions that have different play styles? Can you kind of feel what sort of team you're playing against? Oh, this is an APAC team because they're doing this. This is an
Oh
EMEA
yeah,
team
for
because they're
sure,
doing this.
for sure. You can notice when like a guy starts moving around like crazy, you know it's like APAC or some shit like that. You know, it is so crazy. Those guys are cracked mechanically. But yeah, apparently from like I think the main characteristic from each region is like APAC, like they're crazy good mechanics. Like they're the best mechanics in the world by far. Like they're so good. Europe is, I think, like the most aggressive region too. Like they're really, really aggressive. They don't care if there's like there could be 3 teams in a building and they're gonna push your shit like every single time. It's crazy, you know. So I think that you could take that, and of course, like North America, they should nukes straight up. Like they should nukes and make really good decisions, you know. So I feel like you notice when you're playing like, against like a team from each region, you know. Plus, like if there's quite some time playing scrims and stuff like that, you start noticing patterns and how everyone's like placed around the map, you know. So you start getting like a sense of your surroundings, basically. Yeah.
Do you think there is any particular region that has sort of the strongest? I know each team is obviously different, but is there a certain playstyle that you think maybe is like the best in general?
What did you say? Like playstyle
Yeah, so
or
obviously you said
region?
each region has like a slightly different playstyle, as you're saying. Do you think there is one of those that maybe is sort of, taking the individual teams out of it, like the best?
I think yeah, NA is like straight up they go for winning champs. Apart from Alliance that it's European based, I feel like NA is like quite literally the favorites to win. Like any team, they are so good, you know. Like anyone has a chance to win champs this year.
So as well
Is
as,
yeah, I was gonna keep going a little bit.
oh yeah,
Sorry.
sorry, yeah.
Like, I feel like NA plays so like methodically. Like they plays a little bit slow, but also they play always like the right pace. If they gotta speed up or something like that in like an aim game or mid game is fine. They're always like making the right decisions. Of course, no one is perfect. Like at times you're gonna make like a bad decision, but usually like the N18s have like an 80-90% of like doing like the good decision always. So yeah, for like the decision making for winning a championship is like gonna be almost perfect. So I think like region that has the most chances is NA by far, 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense. One of the things that you've also had to adjust to, as well as obviously a new region, new playstyles, is just joining an organization like Team Liquid. Obviously, a massive organization
Oh
involved in
yeah, it helps a
so
lot.
many
Like,
esports, facilities, managers, all of the things. What has that been like, and what have the benefits been that you've experienced so far?
I mean, like joining Team Liquid is like nothing else that I experienced before. Like being in a T1 organization, it really shows like the quality of people that you have in it. It shows like not only like the economic side, of course, like it helps a lot, and they give you free stuff. That's awesome. But the quality of people in the organization is like insane. Like everyone's so good around you. If you need like literally anything, you just can ask and they will help you out. Like if you have like any single problem, you can tell them and they will try and fix it. It's like insane. Like it only improved a lot, not only on like playing, but like on the mental side is like really important on a professional player, and they help like quite a lot. Not gonna lie, yeah, they're like insane. I love them.
Obviously, I mean, Team Liquid have awesome merch as well. It's lucky that you're getting the free stuff.
Yeah, like the merch
Yeah,
is crazy.
yeah, the clothing. I'm so jealous. I'll be straight to the booth with my credit card.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, One of the things, obviously, that does come with that, and joining a big organization and moving to the North America region to play with such established teammates, is expectations, right? Team Liquid are a team that
For
people
sure.
expect to see in those finals lobbies, which is something that you've maybe not been able to do yet in your career on LAN. How are you adjusting to those expectations, and what is it like having fans and that stuff around you? Do you feel like you have to kind of repay that to them on the
Oh,
support that
for
they're
sure,
giving you?
for sure. Like the pressure about the fans is on. Like the first couple weeks on of like BLGS, I could feel like, okay, we're doing bad and our fans are depending on us. Like they're gonna be sad if we do bad. So of course, like the pressure from the fans is there. You know that you gotta perform, so everyone's happy. But after quite a few weeks of playing scrims and doing well, like I feel like that pressure is not there anymore. But of course, you have that in mind that okay, I gotta play and to win, because if not, like the fans are not gonna be happy. And plus, the fans are being crazy. Like everyone's like getting whatever content we do, they're always there. The other time, like I was crossing in Japan and everyone know us, like with the if you have the Team Liquid logo, oh you pro player, right? Yeah, and that's like the most crazy feeling, that you could get from people around the world, like just they be there ready for you to cheer on. It's like one of the craziest things ever.
So that's the benefit now. If you head to the Team Liquid booth and buy some merch, you can just pretend you're walk around Japan, pretend you're a pro player near LAN.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. You can
yeah.
just grab like a Team Liquid logo right here, put it, the stamp it right there. Oh yeah, guys, pro player right here, and they're gonna be,
Hold on.
oh nice, nice, nice.
Writing this down. Writing this down. Writing this down.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Liquid jersey.
Got those
Okay.
tips.
But
For
obviously,
sure.
those things. Is it extra motivation? Obviously, there is pressure, but at the same time, having obviously you've always been well supported individually across your career, but having people recognizing you, people cheering for you in the crowd, people leaving comments, people in your Twitch chat while you're streaming. Is that a motivation? Does it help you
For
reach
sure.
another level?
Like, imagine you don't have like the passion enough to like play. Like you don't feel like playing. You wanna just go out with your friends and do stuff. Like just turning on the stream always and seeing so many people come from Team Liquid is like one of the huge boosters of the on your career, because normally it gives you motivation, but it gives you like a reason to turn on the stream because they're always gonna be there. And it's so beneficial to your mental to have so many supporters, talk to you in chat, like ask you questions, always pretty much be there in your chat ready to when your turn on stream, they're gonna be there. So yeah, that was one of the huge things about having so many fans from the organization. Like it helps you so much.
100%. So obviously, I mentioned there you've been very well supported as an individual across your career. You've one of the sort of the most notable, most recognizable players from the South America region. I wondered, how it feels kind of to be like a sort of a breakout player from that region, to kind of represent the region on the biggest stage and perhaps be that region's best chance of having, you know, someone lift a LAN trophy. How much does that weigh on your mind, and what, you know, how do you feel about kind of being the sort of flag holder for South America in Apex at the moment?
For sure, for me, it feels like good that you know, like you're one of the top ones in the, like not top ones, top from the region. But it's also kind of sad because I know a lot from players from SA that they're absolutely crack even better than me mechanically or mentally or whatever. That they just didn't get the chance to prove themselves, you know, in the region just because of the downsides of rain there. So every single time you want to play a scrim or a tournament, you just get 200 ping, or you don't get the right teammates because there's not enough people in the region, you know, to team with. So I feel like that's one of the downsides for sure. But also knowing that you are like the big opportunity to show difference from the region in a big tournament is like a huge booster of also to just keep on grinding and putting in the effort that you need to just basically win. Yeah.
I wanted to ask if people are kind of looking up to you as someone to aspire to be like from the South America region. Maybe people that played in the BLGS, right? Maybe it was their first tournament, or they played in the Challenger circuit a little bit. What would be your advice to them about, you know, competing in South America, or do they need to look at trying to relocate themselves if they really want to make, you know, Apex a serious career? What do you think the situation is right now for South Americans?
What I will say is like Apex in South America is not really sustainable right now. So if you want to pursue a career, you have to move, like move and work somewhere else, so you have a better chance at doing things. Plus, you gotta know another language, so you can team up with another people, you know. But also, just remind you of like an Apex career or any esports career is not a race, but it's some sort of like a marathon, you know. So don't try and just gonna play. Oh, I'm gonna play 12 hours a day and just like burn out in like 3 weeks, because it doesn't make any sense, you know. You just gotta keep consistent at it, being each time there. Like if you wanna play, just like play for 5 minutes and chill. Like you can take some rest days off, you know, and also having like some sort of like physics routine or anything like that will help you a lot, like mentally, because it is not easy to just turn on PC, play Apex for 12 hours and go to sleep, eat, and keep repeating, you know. So having some sort of like any routine that can help you disconnect from the game a little bit too, you know. And yeah, just keep on grinding. Like, don't ever stop. Like, if that's your dream, pursue it. Don't ever abandon it. Abandon it, and keep on going at it.
I think that's, yeah, definitely good advice. People sometimes just rip rank for 12 hours a day and then wonder why
Yeah,
they
yeah, that doesn't make
wonder why
sense
they're
at
maybe
all.
not. Oh, I suddenly don't enjoy Apex anymore. I wonder why.
Yeah,
Um,
that's for sure. That's for sure.
um, one of the things then, we'll quickly, before I let you get back to your preparations in Japan, one of the things different about this tournament, other than the meta which you guys have adapted to so well, is the new map, E District. We've kind of, BLGS was like a taster, but obviously it's so different on LAN. I wondered how you're finding E District. Do you think it is a good addition to the comp map? And ultimately, what do you think it's going to be like when we get to LAN lobbies and suddenly there's twice as many teams alive as we've seen in scrims?
Oh yeah, like the map is quite difficult, not gonna lie, because this is so huge. Like there isn't like a plan right now, you know? Like there isn't like a fixed macro for everything. Like you could try and do it some, but it's not like World's Edge or Stonepoint that there's been like at least 10,000 games of each, you know? Like us is pretty new, you just gotta keep on like ongoing and adapting quite to the game. Like the zones are like pretty difficult to know, and rotations are quite difficult because everyone's playing late and stuff like that. So yeah, like we're grinding a lot, but there's quite some stuff that we don't know yet, you know. Like you don't know where to land off of a balloon, you know, and random places of the map. But I think we like the practice that we have like is gonna be like decent, you know. Like next year is probably gonna be like a more established thing, but for now it's like quite difficult, you know. It is like you gotta adapt a lot in the game. That's basically it, yeah. But it is really high quality. Like every single like place of the map has like a really balanced loot. It's a really balanced map, so it really shows that things aren't luck, but more of a sort of a skill, you know, that you gotta practice. So yeah, I like the map a lot. It's very good.
Would you say then that perhaps one of the things that might help decide who wins this tournament or at least performs very well is which teams can adapt to E District the quickest and maybe adjust to what kind of happens in the first few days of the tournament?
I mean, yeah, like pretty much knowing how to play each district well is like a 30% done from the tournament. You still gotta play Strongpoint and World's Edge, so I don't think it has much to do to the map. So I feel like it's more sort of how you're doing with your teammates. What is your performance being like? If you're synchronized with them, how you're feeling with them. Because if you're gonna take the stuff from scrims and just dump them out on the tournament, like it happened to me quite sometimes, and just gotta like I'm carrying so much stuff from the scrims that I just exploding the tournament when I get tilted. So I feel like it is more of a performance that you gotta do, not on a single map, you know. Like you gotta play well with your teammates and be all together for the goal, you know. It is like really difficult. So I feel like the best team at it is gonna be like the one that wins, basically.
And then finally, I always ask everybody this. Obviously, everybody wants to win, and people always say, if you ask, "Oh, you know, what are your goals for the tournament?" Of course, everybody's heading into that tournament to win. But what for you and Team Liquid is a good performance? What are you guys? Would you get back on the plane to fly home and think, okay, I'm happy with that performance, other than of course winning, which everybody wants to do?
I mean, it will be a podium. That's definitely it. Like at least a top three will be okay. We're pretty good. Okay, we did really well. We can chill, you know. I think that would be the performance, but of course we want to win. You know, we want that the first place. Of course, we want to lift the trophy and bring it home.
Kurev, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me, and of course, good luck for the rest of your preparations, and good luck for the tournament in Sapporo.
Of course, thanks to you. Thanks for the invitation to the interview. Love you, man.